I just want to look at these two Malcolm Brown plays in the final play of the drive. It's kind of an interesting play we ran here. This is set toward the beginning of the drive and got with triangle personnel. But then Cody Johnson goes in motion and becomes the lead blocker. This is almost like a power play, but from a wide alignment with triangle personnel. So Cody Johnson's going to lead, and we're getting kind of down blocks here. When Malcolm Brown gets this ball, he decides to cut it back. Although if he cuts out this way, he would have a one-on-one with this defensive back, which is sort of what the play is designed to create. He still picks up pretty good. It's still an amazing run. Let's take a look at the second instance, which is basically the last play of the game for us. It's 3rd and 8. We run the same exact play, flip to the opposite side, and this time he stays to the outside and gets that one-on-one. Makes the defensive back miss on an amazing cut. I think part of this is it seems like Malcolm Brown's a little bit more comfortable going left than he is going right, and then ultimately picks up the first down. This is kind of a cool play that we ran in the 3rd quarter. It was a look I hadn't seen us give before. But you can see Harsin tinkering a little bit with the run game. So first, just make sure we get maximum enjoyment out of this. Notice Harris coming down the line and really laying a smack on this backside defender. Okay, now I've got that out of the way. So what you'll notice on this play is that the gap that we're pulling for is between the guard and the tackle. So it's a B gap. So it actually makes this a weak side ISO. And usually it's called ISO G. So this would be called weak ISO G, the G standing for the guard pulling. And he's the lead blocker on this play. So you see we get a great hole here. And Malcolm Brown does a great job once he gets through that hole and then making a cut and picking up some extra yards. Let's look at it again from the end zone. So see, the advantage this gives us is it allows us to exploit this natural hole between this 4 technique out here and this 0 technique. So it's very similar to power blocking, only instead of blocking down like you normally would, the tackle is going to block out, kind of like a tight end would. And then Johnson comes up and seals that. The guard pulls around, leads, and we get a great hole. So there's nothing too exciting about this play. I just wanted to point out a blocking technique we used here that I haven't seen us use this year. Watching the ball is snapped here, we blocked down with the tight end and tackle, and then the play side guard pulls out and traps. This is sometimes called a cross block, basically, is what's happening. In this case, the defender does a really good job of spinning out of this block. That's a technique BYU used really successfully on us. One of the ways you can prevent that as a blocker is by using a club technique with your inside arm. So what that means is you sort of take your inside arm and you kind of hook it around as you initiate contact, and that keeps them from spinning out of the block. Anyhow, here, it's just something to keep an eye on going forward. We seem to be interested in using a lot of different man blocking techniques or gap blocking techniques with Malcolm Brown. And so this might be something we see more of, particularly with teams like this where they're really kind of, with their down linemen, overloading one side of the line. You can see they're really pushing their strength to this side of the formation. And we've got a big gap to exploit here, so the cross block's a nice technique in this situation. If that gets executed correctly, then Malcolm Brown's got a nice running lane on his play. So Next, we're going to look at what's probably my favorite play of the game. This is the very next play. We come out in big personnel with Barry Hill and Malcolm Brown, and we run essentially our goal line set. You're going to see, so I'm just going to run this full speed so we can see it. Malcolm Brown makes a great gain there. But let me see if I can show you why I love this play so much. First of all, the blocking you're going to see at the snap of the ball here, this is called power plus blocking usually. It's like power blocking, but there's no pulling guard. And essentially the philosophy is to get the down blocks and sort of pinch the defense in. It especially works well against 5 on the line, which is like what we have here from the defense. So you want to pinch the line in, and then your lead blocker is going to try to set an edge, which Barry Hill does a great job of here. You can see he sort of traps these defenders inside. But the reason I love this play is what Malcolm Brown does on this play. So let's look from the point he gets the ball right here. Really great runners are actually looking to the man after the man directly in front of them and trying to make the second man miss. And you'll hear that said a lot, but let's see how that plays out on this play. So Malcolm Brown has a free defender right here that can make the tackle on him. But he has stopped even reading this defender. He knows he can get past this defender. This defender doesn't have an angle enough to tackle him, and Malcolm Brown doesn't believe he can tackle him. So he's already looking to cut upfield. He does a nice, really beautiful cut here. One thing you'll see about Malcolm Brown is when he cuts, he's always cutting upfield. So he cuts, and he's reading these defenders now. And he's actually looking to cut inside of them. He reads their flow and is going to try to work inside of them. So it looks like he makes a hard cut here. It's partly from the impact of this tackle. But you can see he's almost moving straight upfield. The defenders take themselves right out of the play. And then he's able to move upfield. So when you look at Malcolm Brown from the stands, it looks like he's cutting back and forth a lot. What he's really doing, and what's really great about his running style, is he's shifting his weight, but he's always moving upfield. He's always gaining yards, and that's what makes him a really big talent, and why I'm pretty excited about what he can do this year.